Hi guys and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is the fourth part of my KuroKen serie. You can go back and watch the first videos to understand this one. I hope you enjoy the video. If you do, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to my channel and click the little bell icon to be the first one notified when I upload the next part. Now on to the video. Once the game is over, we all head to the locker room to change. Of course, our team lost, but I was very pleased with Kenma's progress. I am proud of him. Do you guys happen to know where I live? Oh, right. We should all head back to your house. I'll lead the way. We all walk back to Kenma's house. On the way, Hinata and Kenma are chatting in the back. Kageyama is drinking his brick of milk next to Shoyo, and Bokuto and Akashi are holding hands. I wish Kenma would hold mine. Even if Kenma was never really the touchy type, I miss his tiny hand in my bigger one. I miss his lips on mine at all times too. A part of me wants things to go back to the way they were, but another part of me is okay with this. Kenma looks happy. Boke, the sun is already setting, maybe we should. Right, we should probably go back to Miyagi. Already. We have to get back to Karasuno, our team doesn't even know where we are. Please stay. I'm in this new house that I don't even know anything of, in a city that I don't even understand, and I'm scared. You five truly are the only ones I trust at this moment, and I don't want you to leave me here, alone. I need you. When I hear those three words, my whole body shivers. Those three words that I was dying to hear a few weeks ago, these tiny little words. They have such an effect on me. I mean, we have a practice tomorrow at 7, so I don't know. Please. I know I'm asking a lot right now, I just need you guys to help me understand a little longer, to help me remember who I am a little better. I don't understand this world and it's scaring me. I need an anchor, or 5. It's only a couple of practices, after all. Daichi would understand, he knows Kenma. We should probably tell him. You guys haven't told your captain. We left so fast for Tokyo, and I thought we would be back by now. While both of Karasuno's players call their captain to explain the situation, I see Kenma step outside. I follow him. He is observing the trees. It must be so frustrating not to remember any of your childhood memories. I stand next to the setter, not saying a single word. We both just observe the backyard. Him trying to remember something, anything, and me remembering all the good times we've spent here. Like that time I snuck out of my house to sneak into his only so we could spend the night together, or the countless times I went out for a run and would see a dimmed light in Kenma's room, a sign that he was still playing video games and not getting any sleep. Is it tough? What? Not remembering a single thing. It is. The good side is, you don't remember the bad times, and the bad side is, I don't remember the best time of my life either. His eyes drifted to the fireplace in front of us. It was old and in a really bad shape. Kenma and I built it when we had just become best friends. Oh, how many nights did we spend around that campfire, glued to each other to fight the cold air of the night. We used to lay a blanket on the ground and Kenma would often fall asleep on me. I would then replace the blankets we used to cover ourselves with and carry him into his room once I was done admiring him sleeping, not an ounce of worry on his beautiful face. The fireplace. It was one of your favorite spots. You didn't like going outside, but the fireplace was probably the only thing that could make you step out of the house. Let's do a campfire tonight. Although the memories are painful for me to remember, I agree to Kenma's demand. I go back inside and he follows me. I know too well where the blankets are, I used to always get them for him. You seem to know your way around my house. He doesn't know how right he is. I have spent more time in this house than in my own. We all gather next to the campfire and set up the blankets on the ground. Kageyama and Hinata are sharing one, Akashi and Bokuto are sharing one too. I wasn't sure if Kenma would want to share one with me, so I brought another one just in case. Kenma puts a blanket over his head, and in that instant, I recognize him. He always used to do that, and that was some of the things I liked the most about those fires. Kenma would get all cozy, and that was when he was the cutest. Can I? Of course. I open my blanket to welcome him in my arms. My heart is pounding in my chest. This is the closest I've been to the old Kenma since his accident. I close my arms when Kenma sits next to me and discreetly try to breathe into his hair. He smells like home. Moments like these, I would like them to last forever. So how did you guys meet? Well, I first met Kageyama at a middle school tournament. Yeah, we completely destroyed you. Kageyama laughs. But you still noticed me in the end, so who's the real winner, huh? Anyway, we then ended up on the same team in high school. We both pretty much hated each other. He was a rude prick, never happy. It was tough love. It made you stronger, you should thank me. Ugh, stop interrupting me. As I was saying, the king was stop calling me that, you know I hate it. Kenma leans on me to whisper something in my ear. Were they always like that? That's Karasuno's volleyball team, purely chaotic outside of the court yet somehow very focused when they're in a game. As I was saying, Kageyama was never happy with anything. We always made everything a challenge, and so he and I were always in a competition. We would always practice together even after practicing with our team, and the more time we would spend together, the more I would think of him. And, along the way, I guess I fell in love with this prick. Kageyama grunts but doesn't say a word. Instead, he pulls Hinata closer to his body and kisses him gently. I hear them whispering how much they like each other, and I can't help but think of how much I would like to say the same things to Kenma. How about you, Bokuto and Akashi? Oh. Keiji. I love this story. Please tell it. Alright. Well, Kotaro and I met when I was a first year. He was in his second. I didn't really think much of him. I mean, he was loud and too expressive for me. But it's my personality, Akashi. Don't you like it? I have grown to like it. Since he was already the ace and I was on my way to become the official setter, we got to spend a lot of time together. My favorite part of the day. Mine too. I remember once, when we were hanging out, I got to see his true self. I then understood the depths of his personality and my perception of him changed completely. Is this when you started liking me? I believe it was, Bokuto-san. We got even closer than before, and, again, when we were hanging out, Kotaro asked me if he could kiss me. And you never answered me. You didn't even say yes. But I didn't refuse either. A week later, he was confessing his feelings to me on my doorstep, almost shouting them. Bokuto puffs his chest and displays his best smile. Bokuto is very in touch with his emotions, so sometimes, when he's feeling something too big, he can't keep it all inside. It doesn't surprise me that Bokuto ended up shouting his feelings at Akashi. It wouldn't have been a Bokuto confession if it wasn't yelled out. How did you and Kuro meet again? I don't remember. Hinata's eyes widen. He puts a hand over his mouth, realizing what he had just asked Kenma. Of course the blonde setter doesn't remember how we met. Boke Hinata boke. Kenma simply laughed it out. It's okay, I don't remember either. Apparently, we met at school and weren't that close before my accident, but between you and me, I don't really believe him. Kenma sends a wink to Shoyo and I freeze. So he is clearly aware that I lied to him. Does he know that he and I go way back? I don't say anything. We continue to chat around the campfire and I feel Kenma's body lean more and more onto mine. Instinctively, I put my arms around his small body and, when I realize what I'm doing, I freeze again. Kenma doesn't do any sudden movement to tell me he isn't comfortable with the current situation, so I stay this way. Kenma lets his whole body fall into my arms. I hold him the best I can, making sure my hands don't rest on any weird spots that would make Kenma feel uncomfortable. But that's my way of saying hello. Yes, there's always a normal way of doing things, and then there's the Bokuto way. You like my ways? Indeed, I very much appreciate your ways. Why don't you show me this kind of affection, Kageyama? Bokuto and Kageyama are literally polar opposites. Bokuto is very close to his emotions while Kageyama blocks his. What? I don't block my emotions. Yes, you do. Kuro is right. After a few more minutes of talking, I can feel the blonde boy's breaths becoming more regular. His eyes are shut and his face shows no signs of worry. Kenma is asleep on me. I admire him for a moment, just like I used to do whenever he would do that when we were alone, and even run my hand through his hair. He looks calm. He looks happy. I hope he is. I am not lying. I hope with my entire being that he is happy right now. He would probably be more comfortable in his room. I bet he didn't get a good night of sleep in a long time. You should take him up to his room. Both couples look at me with tender eyes. I smile at them weakly and get up. I take Kenma into my arms to get him to his room. He wraps his legs around my waist and hugs my neck, still asleep. I enjoy the moment for a few seconds and walk inside the house. I lay him down in his bed and tuck him in. I make sure he is comfortable before slowly walking away from the bed. It wouldn't be fair of me to sleep here because Kenma doesn't know who I am. It would probably confuse him and make him feel used. And then I would also have to explain everything to him the next morning and he would probably feel embarrassed. Don't leave. I jump when I hear his words. Is he awake? The room is very dark and I cannot see the setter's face, so I get closer to him. I see little tears forming in his eyes and one even rolls down his cheek. I delicately shake Kenma's body to check if he is still asleep. No reaction. I think the blonde guy is dreaming. Is it possible that he is dreaming of his memories? I tuck him one more time in his bed, making sure I do everything correctly this time and even risk myself with a forehead kiss. As I am walking back to the door, Kenma speaks again. Don't. I turn around once again but don't walk closer to Kenma's body. He is still crying and it pains me to see him that way. I don't know what to do. Should I get closer to him or should I ignore his cries and let him sleep? Don't leave me, Kuro. I have my answer. I still don't know the limits with him, though. We used to be super close, but is it still this way? It probably isn't. I still slide myself next to his body and he once again wraps himself around me almost instantly. This shocked me but I don't say a word. I take every chance I get to be close to my beautiful kitten. Soon enough, I fall asleep myself in the comfort of Kenma's proximity. This night, in my dreams, I find Kenma. I hope he finds me in his too. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you liked the video. Please let me know in the comments below your predictions for the next part.